Hi guys, welcome to this module on Microsoft Visio. In this session I want to have a look at a data flow diagram. So you can see it here in recently used diagrams, but if I come down and show you where it is, it's in software and database. If I go into there, and then you've got the data flow diagram. Click on that, create, and it gives you a simple stencil. So you haven't got loads of stencils. So basically you've got an external interactor. So this is where the database sits in a system. It's not actually the processors or the people who do the job. So first off, I'm going to create an external interactor, and I'm going to zoom my screen up a little bit so we can see what's going on. So the process I'm going to use is an inquiry or a booking for a training course. So if I just type this, double click in there, just customer that's the customer. So then the customer is going to come in to an entity. This is just a means of, you can either get circular ones or these rectangular ones, but I'm just going to create this and start numbering this. So this is just a process really. So the process will be the booking. That's the booking. So the data comes in. So connector comes in. And as soon as you move to this shape, you can see there's lots and lots of different connecting points there. A lot more than you would normally get on some of the other shapes, because this is a data flow diagram, so you can basically have data coming in and out from the same shape. There's lots of connection points on this, which is great. So when the booking comes in, it comes in two forms actually. So I've already made a mistake there. So it comes in via telephone or email. So I need to do two options. So I'll go telephone, and then another one, email. I'll just move this out of the way in a minute. Let's just move that over there. So that's email, like so. So if I just get rid of this link, push it into there, and then I need another connector to go into that one. Don't like the way that's doing that, so let's have a quick look what's happening there. Yep, thought so. So one line from that one, snap it onto there, and I want another one coming in, take it from a different connector point into email. So those are the two main flows, and then they come into this process there. Now from that process, just take that off for a minute, we have some data storage going on here. So what happens is you have a data storage going on. So that would be, the email would sit in the, I'll call that the database. So the record would be created in the database, and it would go into a specific table. So a table within that database, if you like. So if I call that new customer, so that would go into the new customer table within that database, like so, and it is actually going into the database, so I'll just put it like that. So whichever way the data comes in, customer telephones, so I'll change this actually to inquiry. Inquire. So they've inquired, it goes into their new customer table. Right, so from there, if they book a course, it's another process. So let's say this is the booking, so this will be 2.0, and booking. So they are going from new customer to book. So I'll come out of there into booking. Take that for a minute. So they book the course. What happens there is another process. So they would get a confirmation of booking. So this will be this bit at the top there, 3.0. You don't have to do this, but it's confirmation of booking. Now this is not a simple process. You have to check this over and over again that the actual flow of the data is correct. So confirmation of booking will come from there to there. So let's do that. And it will also come out of the database. Now this is where the lines get a bit tricky. So you're using the database to do this confirmation booking. And then from the confirmation of booking, it goes back to the customer. Let's go back to that one there. So that's the communication line there. See, it gives you nice little bridges there, so it looks quite cool. Now, confirmation of booking. So the next stage would be deliver the training. So what happens there? So you go and do the training. So this is going to be 4.0. Call it just training. And then after training, you're going to have an invoice. So let's do the invoice. Just get it lined up a little bit with the customer. So this is going to be 5. So this is the simple processes here. Invoice. Now, I might not have enough space here. Let's have a look what I've got. Yeah, I have. So the invoice, let's do the invoice first. The invoice goes to the customer. So from the invoice, I'll just go straight up to the customer. And it also comes out of the database. So the database comes out of that. So I need to move this out of the way a little bit. The actual event of delivering the training. So when you confirm the booking, you deliver the training. So delivering training has got venue booking. So the data would be to, there's one missing there. So this could be, let's call this venue booking. And the venue booking also comes out of the database. Come out of that one. Stick it into the top of there. Venue booking. And then that would be, then there would be training there. So entity. I'll make that, this will have to be 5 and I have to change that number. 5.0 training. And just put it, so you book the training, you inform the customer, and then from the training the invoice is generated. So training, once the training is complete, the invoice is generated. So that is a email back to the database, or it's just a process that people would be filling in there. And then I need to change that number because it's the same as that, so put that to 6.0. So now what you do is you go through this process in your head and you check that this is the right flow. So it's the data. I think the issues you get is confusing the actual data path to the processes themselves. So the telephone call, customer may do a telephone call, comes into in this group. From there you put it into the database as a new customer, and then you confirm the booking, and then the confirmation of booking goes back to the customer, and then through a confirmation of booking you are booking the venue, so there should be a line coming down there as well. It's the database that's generating this, but if I push a line down to the venue booking, and venue booking, you are then delivering the training, and from there that generates an invoice, and the invoice comes from the database. So that's where that's coming from there, the database. And then finally that goes back to the customer. So that's a very simplistic, quick look at a data flow diagram. And with your own diagrams, you can make these as complicated or as simple as you wish. The symbols are quite straightforward. This is one type with a rectangle. There is another one that uses circles. It's totally up to you, but it's the flow and the data stores that you would have. So in my particular business, I've just got one database and a table for customers, and I have got a table for invoices as well, actually. So I could add an extra data store there, and instead of, in fact, I will just do that right now. And I'll put it over here just in case. So invoice table. Now once you've got all the connections, I think the best thing to do then is, so that would go into the invoice as a data, the invoice gets stored in there, which is part of that database. So I've got to go back up there to the database, put it into the top. So you can see this can get quite complicated if your layout's not correct. And if I move, for example, that database down the screen into this space, it may make the diagram better or worse, and I'm not sure if that does. So let's just push it down to the bottom. Maybe that's a bit clearer. Possibly a little bit clearer, because then that connector there doesn't have to go on the top. It can go, where can I put that? Down the bottom maybe. Yeah, so even just moving it simply down there like that makes it a little bit tidier. And to be fair, the venue booking would also be stored in a bookings table, so I could put that in there. Bookings table, it's decided to stick itself there. Don't really want this to be part of that, to be honest. Get off. So from there you would do a connector to your bookings table. That's where it's stored, and that also goes to the database, like so. And basically that's all I'm going to do, because I'm just messing about now. That's an example of a data flow diagram, so I hope you enjoyed that and got the gist of it, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for your time.